all these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live, I don't know what the mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. You still at your mama crib and getting money, you gotta ask for it. I got tired of complaining, I got up and changed my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it, ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and their inner-city rivals, the New York Jets. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. 180! Hey, alert! 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 Fresno! I got you. Mike.
On first down, Garoppolo. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Mike, check 33. Hey, gun. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. 21. Here we go. Mike, check 33. Crunch time, defense.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Fielded at the 20. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch one. Check. Hey, look 3. Go. Check.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Jones now on 1st and 10. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down, here's Barkley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
Run the map. Watch one. Watch one. Here we go, D. Get off the field. Look at me. Zipper. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Wide. Get wide. Hit it.
Now Jones. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Holt. That one goes for 30 yards. The previous play, big on the ground. That one big through the air. Things have jumped up quickly.
Certainly appears that whatever their thought process is on the defensive side of the ball, they're one play behind. You know, loaded up for the pass, they hit them with the run. Load up for the run, they hit them with the pass. They've got to get in sync.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
He's checking. Crash. Check 52. Tight dog. Ready.
They'll try the left side. It's Harrison. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Hey, exit. Check Mike 57. Look at me. Door. Undercut. Get it.
Throwing Jones. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off. And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded. Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
Hey, gun. Staying open. Mark 56.
On play action, now Garoppolo. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
First and 10 at the 40. Here we go. 65. Pick it up, D. I got this. Crunch. White.
Now a first down carry by Bell. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
check 59. Mike is 59.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Check. Lucky. Check 9. Joker. Check 43.
On 2nd down, Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Hey, Irvin.
Operating from the gun, Jones. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 56 yards. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on 1st down. From the gun, Jones. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Now Jones, throwing on 1st down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Give him 8 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 15-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Haven't met a defense coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job. Hold him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Hey, let go. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. So nice number one. Let him know. Mike 1. Let's go.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. That's complete to Slayton. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
At the 9-yard
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. Now he's got it, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab, and the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. Well, you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
To throw is Garoppolo. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And this will be taken at the 13. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Jones now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
One's the mic. Watch one. Watch one. Switch. Hey, Jack. Ready?
Jones now operating from the gun. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. From the 24, Garoppolo buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Well, earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
59, Mike, check. I got you. Here we go.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw again. Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
To throw on 3rd down. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Here we go.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Got a man, it's Berrios, complete. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Mike, check.
They'll run it with Bell. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Watch the run. It's south, baby. That's baby south. Kill.
Hey, gun. I got this.
On the counter, here's Bell. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Giants will get it now at the 20. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go. Where's the mic? Watch one. Go.
Here's Jones, operating from the gun. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here we go. 180.
Mike 56, Mike.
Hey, gun.
Here I come.
One, Omaha.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Here we go.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Throwing now is Garoppolo. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. So we've reached halftime with a visiting Giants, I guess you could say, on top of the Jets in this New York rivalry. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive.
Slam.
Hey, Charlie. Go out.
Jones on 1st down, going up top. And got his man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offense ready to go in this battle of New York. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now a pass taken in by the tight end, Herndon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Throw complete to Herndon. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 36. Now Bell stopped up behind the line as he's going to wind up losing a couple here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, and defensively, you got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop, and they've been able to do that.
And he has gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game. One of the premier runners in the NFL.
Cut.
Hey, gun.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
But no takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
I got you. 12, fellas, here we go.
59's Mike. Check.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
He's crashing.
They'll run him with Bell. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Le'Veon Bell stops short of the line to gain. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, lock it.
2nd and 9 now. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got it at the 15. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
We own them. 49, check 49, check 49.
They'll go to Barkley again. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. Operating from the gun, Jones to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
The Jets offense ready to go in this battle of New York. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to bring up the third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
White.
Here we go on fourth down with Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Elsewhere, second half is underway up in Orchard Park. The Dolphins have added on, and they seem to be pulling away in that one. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Look at me. Go.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd and 13. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Holt. And he coughed it up, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They'll try and run forward Barkley. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
It'll be real interesting to take a look at this play later because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the gear. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will extend this big lead. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. Hey, check.
Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Mike 52. You ain't going nowhere.
12.
Check 99.
Garoppolo looks to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Credit Julian Love with a pass breakup. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. Garoppolo to throw for it on fourth. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. This is Bell, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Everybody scoot up.
Garoppolo. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. Actually, I've heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them. Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
Garoppolo going to go on fourth down. And able to connect with Barrios. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need. That's exactly.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here.
Here we go. Black 80.
Check, 59. Here we go.
I got this. 11.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That one complete to Anderson. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker.
Don't get nervous. Shoot.
13.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And this is going to be incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
First down.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 24. Barkley. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the safety creep.
Check nickel.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
Ready. 2 times.
3 down.
Let it go.
And they will take a knee here.
The quarterback on the keeper.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Come on, QB, come on.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo
exactly.
going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything...
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards, and he can't find room to run. Bell's going to go down, and that is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. He's going to field this at the 4.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Giants, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.